Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and I am back with another tutorial. Guys, I'm so busy, but I always try my best to make tutorials for you too. I'm so sorry for my inconsistency. I can't just help it. Now we are going to learn how to make this particular two-piece, the 3/4. You can just call it 3/4 or a normal short, and then the top. And for this, I bought 3 yards. 3 yards will not be enough for you if you are from size 10 upwards. Okay, so for the method I used for this dress, for this outfit, you are going to need at least 3.5 yards, at least 3.5 yards for you to come up with a neat finishing. If you want to add a normal belt to it, normal belt that they tie at the back, you can buy up to 4 yards. So I want to measure out the fabric that I will use for my shorts. We are cutting the shorts first of all, then the top, and we are doing freehand, no pattern drafting. Yeah, so now I'm going to take out 2 inches from the top of that fabric that I folded, and from there I will mark from my waist to my hip. From my waist to my hip is 10 inches. I'll go ahead and mark 10 inches. Now this is a free short. We are going to come down by 2 inches from that hip line, though I made it 1.5, but for you, make it 2 inches. From your hip line, come down by 2 inches because it is bogus, like it is somehow free. Okay, just come down by 2 inches and mark. Now you are going to get your full length. Your knee length can be your full length. You can make it shorter, you can make it higher, any of the ones you want. Then for the hemline, I added extra 2 inches for my hemline. So all these lines that I marked out now are just my horizontal lines. Remember, we have indicated our hip line, our crotch line. Like I said, our crotch line is 2 inches below the hip line. Then we will also get our full length, the full length of the short, and then add extra 2 inches or even 2.5 for your hemming. Like I said, if you want to achieve a very clean finishing, you should buy up to 3.5 yards or 4 yards, because for the top of this particular outfit, I am going to use the main fabric as the lining. Also, you can use a different lining or you can even hem it, but me, I want to turn everything with the main fabric. I hope you understand. Now I'll go ahead and get my hip measurements. On my hip line, I will divide my hip by 4 and I will mark. Now from that place I marked, I will extend it. Now this is freehand. When you divide by 4, add extra 1 inch for seam allowance. So my hip divided by 4 is around 11 plus extra 1, that will be 12. So I mark the straight line back to the hip line, and I will get whatever I have on that hip line. I add extra and divide it by 4. Okay, divide your hip by 4 and then divide it by 4 again. Whatever you have will be your crotch extension. Whatever you have will be your crotch extension. So I divided my own and I got about 2.6, and I have gotten my crotch extension. So right now, from that straight line at the center, that place that I marked my crotch, I will measure backwards in order to get my waist measurement. You know, when you're making a trouser, you take your waist measurement backwards. So from that line, I will go back. My waist is 28 divided by 4. That is 7 plus extra 1 inch, because we are doing freehand. So we are adding all our seam allowance to the fabric. From there, you go back to get your waist. So now I will mark, and then the next thing that I am going to do is to connect from my waist to my hip. Now this is a free shot. I am not taking my thigh or my laps measurements, my knee measurements, all those ones. No. For once I have gotten my hip and my waist measurement, from my crotch line, I'll just mark a straight line down to the full length of this short, and that is it for my shorts, because it is a free short. I hope you remember. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut out. And for these shorts that I am making, I'm not adding a pocket. I'm not adding fly zipper, the front zipper. My zipper is going to be at the side. So you can see I have connected my line straight down, and that is it. I'll go ahead and cut out. Now after cutting this out, I will use the front block to cut out the back block. done cutting that out, I'm going to fold out another fabric for the back. Now if you are folding out another fabric for the back, remember this is a short and it is the same pattern with trouser. This short is going to be 2 inches wider on the side, 2 inches wider at the side, and the back crotch will be 2 inches longer than the front crotch. The side of the trouser, the back will be 2 inches wider at the side. Then the crotch also will be 2 inches longer than the front crotch. All this is to accommodate our bum bum. All right. So now I have placed my front on this, and the first thing that I am going to do is to borrow 2 inches from the center back, from the center front, like from the center back. You will borrow 2 inches and transfer it to the side. Borrow 2 inches and transfer it to the side. Then at the center back also, you are going to extend the waistline upwards by 1.5 inch. 1.5. Now I have also extended my back crotch by 2 inches, and before I did that, I came down by ½ inch from the actual crotch and then extended by these 2 inches. Now after extending by these 2 inches, I will connect it back to almost the knee of that short. Now, like I said, I will borrow 2 inches from the center back and transfer to the side. So I am adding extra 2 inches to the side of that trouser. I will repeat the same thing on the hip also. So you can see on that side, this short is 2 inches wider. Then at the knee part, I will add extra 1 inch. Then at the center back also, I went up by 1.5. So the center back of our trouser will be higher. And this is how I am going to connect it. When you are connecting, make sure that it reaches to the side joining. Now you connect your back crotch, and like I said, I am not adding zipper allowance to the back or the front. My zipper allowance is going to be on my side, so I'm not adding any extra zipper allowance. My seam allowance will be my zipper allowance. So right now I'll go ahead and cut. Now we are done with the back. Over to the front. So I have folded out the fabric that will be enough for me, and for the length I have about 30 inches, though the length may not reach this 30 inches, but I have about 30 inches. Now this is a cut together sleeve, more a Dolman sleeve. The first thing that I'm going to do is to mark out 3 inches for my neck width. Then from there I will mark out my shoulder. This is the 3 inches for my neck width. All right, I will also mark my shoulder, and then I'll mark the full length of my sleeve. I want the full length of my sleeve to be 10 inches. If you want to hem it, you can add extra 2 inches. So I just added extra 2 inches for the people that want to hem it. But for me, I am turning this top with a lining, and the lining is also this main fabric that I'm using. So if I raise my hand, it will look good. Then from my shoulder, I came down to my bust point and then got my half length and then the full length of the top. This my bust point line is also going to be my armhole line because of the type of sleeve I am making. So I'll go ahead and connect all the horizontal lines and also bring down the sleeve line. So this is my bust point. I will extend the line. With the extension, and I will cut out the extra fabric I have right there. Now at the bust, I will divide my bust by 4 plus extra 2 inches. This extra 2 inches is including ease and then seam allowance. Divide your bust by 4 plus extra 2 inches, and this will be on the bust point line. Remember, this is the back block. I'm cutting out the back first. So the neck is going to be 3 by 1.5. So I made it 3 by 1.5. It is going to be a round neck, 3 by 1.5. Let me cut that out so that we can know where our top started from. Now at the bust, I will divide my bust by 4 plus extra 2 inches. Then at the waist, I will divide my waist by 4 plus extra 2 inches. Then on the hip, I'll divide my hip by 4 plus extra 2 inches. After that, I will connect. Now, after connecting, I'll also curve the side of this top. You know, the side of this top is very curvy. I'll go ahead and also curve the side of that top. After that, I will connect to the bust point and then curve the armhole part. Make sure you curve your armhole part, and that is it for our back. I'll go ahead and cut out this, and then using this back, I will cut out the front. Now that we are done cutting out the back, I'll go ahead and fold out the fabric that I will use for my front. So this front has a button allowance at the center front, and the front neckline is also V. So you're going to add 1 inch for button allowance. You can just make it 1.5 if you are trying to be generous. So I'm going to mark out 1 inch for the center front. Okay, that is for zipper allowance. Then I'm going to place this back on it. This is my back, and I'll make sure that all of them are equal. Right now, you can see that all of them are equal, but the center front has extra allowance. The center front has extra allowance. So now, this button allowance will start from your bust point and end on your half length. Then if you want your breast to show, if you want your bust to show, the button allowance will start from, let's say, 1 inch below your bust point or 2 inches below your bust point, but it must stop at the half length. So you can see I'm indicating my bust point and my half length. Then I'm going to add my my button allowance. This button allowance will start from the bust point to the half length. That is because I'm trying to cover up my own a little. So from there, if you want it to be very, very modest, you can even come up more. So I came up more because of the event I'm wearing it, so I had to make it look covered a little. Then from that particular point, you will slant the V neckline into the actual width of the neck. You know, the back neckline, you place the width of the back, stop that. You will slant the V there. Then from this half length also, you will slant the V, you will raise your center front, and then it depends on how wide you want this V at the center front to be. From the center front, you can come in by 2 inches and then slant this V. If you notice, the full length of this top has that V cut. So now we have gotten the front, and we'll cut out. Now that we are done cutting out, the next thing that I am going to do is to cut out the lining for the front, the back piece. This is for just the top, not the short. The short is normal, but for this top, I want to use lining to turn everything. So I'll start cutting out lining for am done cutting out the lining, and I will indicate the wrong side and the normal side of that fabric, which is very important. This is for the front. I've indicated them, and I will go ahead and turn the front, the full length, and the neckline. Like you will turn the center front, the hemline of the top, and the sleeve. You also turn the neckline. The only place that will be open will be the side seam. All right, so this is the lining for the back. I'll also cut out the back. Now that we are done, we are going to cut out the band. Like I said, my shirt does not have a pocket, so I'll just go ahead and cut out the band that I will use for my shirt. Now, after doing this, you go ahead and close the center front of your shirt, close the center back, shape the sides. Sewing the trouser is actually very easy. Right now, I am done closing the center front of the shirt. This is the center back, and I'll also get the center front. Then I'll place the two of them together, and first thing that I will do, this is the center front, this is the front and the back. So first thing that I will do is to get my waist measurement. Once I get my waist measurement, the rest of the trouser will be free. The rest of the trouser will be free. So you try and make it as free as possible. This is the front. You can see that I have turned the neckline, the button allowance, the hemline, and the sleeve area. You can see that I have turned everything except the side seam. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. And then the back, you will turn the sleeve, you will turn the hemline, and then the neckline, so that everything will look neat. If you want to hem it, you are free to hem it, but I just want everything to look good, and that's why I turned them. So next thing is to mark out where your button allowance, where you want your button hole to be. So my own will accommodate like 3 buttons, but if you bring down your neckline, if your neckline is low, it may accommodate like 2 buttons. So now I'll go ahead and place the front and the back together, and I will pin and then shape. For the side, you will shape with 1/2 inch. My tailor shaped it with 1 inch, but I reduced it to 1/2 inch. If you shape this with 1 inch, it will not relax. The side shaping, the most you can do is 1/2 inch. Don't take more than 1/2 inch from that side. Then for this upper part, I will do inseam finishing. I will raise the lining. I'll open one side of the lining. You can see that I have not closed the side of that lining. Okay, so I'll open one side of the lining, and then I will push my hand inside and use the back to turn the front shoulder. Use the back shoulder to close the front shoulder, so that when you raise your hand or when you drop your hand, people will not be seeing your seam allowance from the top. I hope you understand what I mean. So now I am done shaping, and I will go ahead and notch. Always notch. You go ahead and notch and then iron it properly. This is very, very important. After that, you add your buttons. You go ahead and place your buttons where you want them to be. You fix your buttons, get your buttonhole done, and then iron properly. So this is for our shorts. Our shorts, we are done closing the sides. We'll go ahead and close the inner part, this inner area, and then fix your band. Then I'll go ahead and open one side of this trouser, the left hand side, obviously. I'll open it up. short, I don't know why I'm calling it trouser, I'll open it up and then fix my zipper. Then for the full length, I will hem it with hemming gum. I was actually rushing at this point, but I really wanted to film this tutorial, so I'll go ahead and iron and use hemming gum to hem it down, fix my band and then my zipper. Remember to use half an inch to close the inner part of this trouser. So for the band, you also add interface to the band and then add your band to your trouser. Remember to open your side first of all, because the zipper allowance is going to be at the side. When you open it, you insert your trouser there and then fix the zipper later. Now this is for the top. We are done ironing and we are done fixing our buttons. You can see how clean it looks, very clean and iron. Make sure you shape with only half inch and notch very well. Then after that, you can go ahead and weave. Then for the trouser, you can see what we have here, and the zipper is at the side. We used hemming gum to hem the full length to avoid having so many lines. We have also fixed the band and then the zipper is on the side. At the end of the day, this is what we have. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Do not forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. Thank you all. Bye.